Series concept: Betrayals That Shaped Empires. Theme: explore pivotal betrayals, personal, political, or military, that altered the course of history. Title: Betrayal in the Senate, Brutus, and the Fall of Caesar. They called him the Father of Rome, loved by the people, feared by the Senate. But in the quiet halls of power, daggers waited, and the deadliest one came from the man he trusted most: Brutus. Rome in 44 BCE was a republic teetering on empire. Julius Caesar, a military genius, had crossed the Rubicon, defeated Pompey, and now ruled Rome as dictator for life. To some, he was a visionary. To others, a tyrant in a toga. In the Senate, whispers spread, fears of kingship, of monarchy reborn. Among the conspirators stood Marcus Junius Brutus, noble, educated, and once like a son to Caesar. They dined together, debated together. Caesar even spared his life in past wars, but Brutus believed he was saving Rome, even if it meant drawing blood. March 15th, the Ides of March. A soothsayer had warned him, beware the Ides. Caesar, ever confident, brushed it aside. He entered the theater of Pompey, where the Senate had gathered, surrounded by familiar faces, colleagues, allies, trusted men. But tension hung in the air. Words were few. Glances exchanged. A quiet plan was already in motion. In a moment that history would never forget, Caesar was confronted, not by foreign enemies, but by those he once called friends. Among them was Brutus. They had shared conversations, counsel, and years of connection. Brutus was like family, a man Caesar had once protected. Their bond was not forged in politics, but in mutual respect. When Caesar saw Brutus among those opposing him, he is said to have whispered, "Et tu, Brute? You too, Brutus?" It wasn't a cry of anger. It was disbelief, a recognition that something far deeper than authority had been lost. That moment echoed through Roman halls and into history. Not just the end of a leader's journey, but the beginning of Rome's transformation from republic to empire. He walked into the theater of Pompey where the Senate met. Around him, trusted senators, friends. But they circled. One struck, then another. A flurry of blades, 15 in all. And then Brutus stepped forward. Legend says Caesar's eyes met his. "Et tu, Brute? You too, Brutus?" That wasn't just a question. It was heartbreak. It was the collapse of trust. With Brutus's dagger, Caesar's fate was sealed. Not just his life, but the fragile soul of the Republic. Caesar fell beneath the statue of Pompey, his old enemy, a symbol drenched in irony and blood. The assassins believed they had saved the Republic, but they underestimated Caesar's shadow. The people mourned. The streets wept and rioted. Antony stirred the crowds with Caesar's blood-stained cloak. Rome didn't return to a republic. It collapsed into chaos. Civil war erupted once more. And Brutus? He fled, haunted, hunted, and eventually defeated at the Battle of Philippi. As he took his own life, he whispered, "O virtue, I have worshipped you as a goddess, but I find you are but a name." Closing reflection: empires fall from outside, but they rot from within. Brutus didn't just kill Caesar, he killed the illusion of unity and helped usher in the very thing he feared: an empire ruled not by many, but by one. The Republic died, not with a battle, but with a betrayal.